Oh, no. Hi, boys and girls. Anyway, weather report for July 24th. Probably shouldn't be doing this. I'm not competent. A lot of things happened yesterday. We'll go over those as soon as I can share a screen. This might actually work. That was pretty fast. Anyway, so beginning with logical, plausible, probable, promoting Smokey's James Tour interview, which I believe is happening today. And Smokey promoting James Tour's interview, which I believe is happening today. And then we had modern day debate. Does Islam fit into Western society? Which is, let me see here. Where is that one? Delaware Copper Mine after show. I don't know. Let's take a look at that one. The most exciting part about that one was probably the thumbnail. I mean, it was pretty interesting. Anyway, so that was modern day debate. The Rage did a thing on the Women of Atheism Roundtable. And then we'll have to talk about this random Evo Times thing. For some reason, somewhere along the line, I ran into this really strange little site. It's apparently done by a little kid, but it's about creationists and all sorts of really interesting stuff. This is called Random Evo Times. I have no idea what it is. I keep getting links to it. Someday I will figure out what this is. But I think everybody should check it out because something is happening over there. Hard to understand what. Anyway, let's see. So then Random Evo Times. So then Dapper Dino did a premiere No Zookeeper movie, and I have not checked it out, but you should all check it out. But then the big news, Standing for Truth over here did a debate with Dr. Daniel Stern Cardinale versus Kent Hovind. And I don't know why he did it. I don't know why anybody would debate Kent Hovind, but Dr. Dan loves punishment, apparently. So he went ahead and did that. And then we had two after shows, one logical, plausible, and probable, which we'll talk about in a minute. And then we had Dapper Dino, and he had Dan on, and we'll talk about that in a minute. Modern Day Debate also did a live Now Is Christianity True? That was interesting. And let me see, how badly am I doxing myself? Well, who the hell cares? And then, of course, Smokey Saint uploaded a video sometime this morning or last night where he's talking with OTANGELO, and we'll get to OTANGELO a little bit. But first of all, let's see, Standing for Truth with Dr.
Discussion tonight.
Now,
awesome. We're definitely looking forward to it. Thanks for that.
Now, there's some really interesting stuff happened here. There was some talk about feathers and scales, and Dr. Dan put up some really good evidence for evolution or genes, mutations causing adaptation. And I couldn't stand to watch the whole thing because of Dr. Hovind, but I'm going to watch the as much as I can of Dan today, and we'll get to that. And then there was an after show, logical, plausible, and probable. Yeah. And they had a young man on who I know, Andrew, and I don't know why Andrew was there or what they did with him, but he's a brilliant young man, worth watching. We know him a little bit, and of course, OTANGELO was there, and Nephilim, and these guys. When I tuned in for I tuned in like for a minute or two at maybe 5 minute intervals, and it seemed like for quite a long time they were going on about feathers and crocodiles and dinosaurs and scales. And it seems that Dr. Dan kind of got under their skin a little bit with that one, or they were taken aback because they are really discussing this one, and we're going to be saying a whole lot more about feathers and scales. and evolution, because it looks like these guys are a bit worried about that one. I'm not totally sure. I have to review it all today. You guys can review it. I will put as many links as I can in fact, I think we'll put all the links for all of these videos. Now, Steve Bowman uploaded a video also. That one was on Delaware copper mines. He's worth watching. Who else did some stuff? Oh, and then Dapper Dial. They did a review of the Kent Hovind debate. And we had RJ Downard and we have Corporal Hannon. I don't know who Covert Cuttlefish is, but he's a new player. And then Deadly Dakota Raptor. And they discussed the debate in some detail, and there's probably going to be a whole lot of information in this one. So we have that. And then, where are we here? So OTANGELO has been popping up everywhere. He's from Brazil. And I had not heard of him before. I didn't think I did. As it turns out, I do remember him from the Atheist Experience. I think he was banned on several different shows, including the Atheist Experience. And Smokey is talking to him here, and Smokey is promoting James' tour. Nope, I think I got the wrong thing here. Hold on a minute. I got the wrong Smokey. Zenlock cells. Okay, Smokies. Nope. Gonna have to find it here. If I got organized, this would be better. Okay, Smokey. So he's talking to OTANGELO, and OTANGELO has this link on carbon metabolism, which is the most basic aspect of life. And it is a link to a blog that is out here. Whoops. I don't know what the hell that is. Anyway, this is the blog. It's reasonsandscience.catsboard.com. And I'm not sure. It looks like OTANGELO runs this blog. I'm not entirely sure about that. But he's got a lot of really impressive pictures, and I don't know what the hell those things are, but for some reason those ads are there. There are a lot of articles here. There are some interesting ones, like, for instance, trying to educate a creationist from Sandwalk. And this is Lawrence A. Moran. He is a professor in the Department of Biochemistry at the University of Toronto. And he apparently knows OTANGELO pretty well, because he's done a couple of little reviews with him. His behavior isn't very different, speaking about OTANGELO, from most other creationists who suffer from Dunning-Kruger disease. This is really running rampant in the community. These guys have learned just enough to speak the language, but they don't seem to know anything just under the surface. And this is a continual theme here. So trying to educate him. His behavior isn't very different from most other creationists who suffer from Dunning-Kruger disease, but he happens to be someone who I thought I could be educated. I was wrong. So apparently OTANGELO's thing is he believes that he can learn everything he needs to know from the web. And he is amazingly productive at putting pictures up and papers and links for us to explore. So he's almost like a resource. If you look at this, if you look at these articles, they're just laced with papers and links, and they're rather well done. So OTANGELO's sites are actually pretty useful. I'm not sure if anything he says in these sites is useful, but we'll be looking into that. And then fun and games with OTANGELO Grosso about photosynthesis. And this is where Lawrence Moran, I think, gives up on trying to educate him. I'm not sure. Basically, OTANGELO Grosso just posted another one of his screeds, this time on photosynthesis. And his classic is, let's see. Where are we here? Usually, then okay. He looks for some complex set of biochemical reactions, usually in complex animals, then claims that it couldn't possibly have evolved because the whole thing is irreducibly complex. according to his understanding of biochemistry and evolution. It's a classic argument from ignorance. In this case, it's about photosynthesis. So I will link this blog. There's a whole lot of interesting discussion there. The thing is about OTANGELO, he typifies the entire field with the creationists. They learn just enough. They put up the pictures, they put up the papers, they put up the abstracts, they cherry pick the quotes. And then they say, oh my God, this is so complex. God must have done it. And they never get that inference part from, if it's complex, then it must be intelligently designed. And that is going to be a continual theme with me and with them for the next probably, I don't know, 10, 20 years. Who knows? That's all they got. It's complex. It was designed. And over again. And now the debate with Kent Hovind in the after show, that was quite obviously about feathers and development. And of course they believe that, oh, it's just too complex, so it can't be designed. Anyway, all worth checking out. We will be looking into a little bit of this and hopefully delving into this where did glucose come from thing. I'm not sure where it is exactly. He keeps popping this one up on John's sites and everywhere else. Where did glucose come from? Carbon metabolism, which is the most basic aspect of life by design or chemical evolution. I just tuned in for a few minutes. It's interesting that he started out with this dichotomy that either it was RNA world or it was metabolism first. Well, there are a whole lot more theories out there than this one. But anyway, so I will post links, and that's kind of everything that's happened in the creationist universe that I know about. And let's see, I think that's it. So I will end this. Boy, this was bad today. I'm sorry. I apologize. No one should watch this. But do check out my links, because if I provide anything of use here, it's going to be the links in the discussion. I hope those are useful to somebody. I would like to ramble on coherently, but for some reason I haven't learned how to ramble coherently yet. But I'm working on it. So anyway. See you guys tomorrow, probably. Oh, we have the James Tour thing coming up, I think, on Smokey's channel today. James Tour is, God, he's so arrogant in some venues, and then when he's with a scientist like Lee Cronin, he's not. So you should look at him in different, settings, because his behavior is tuned to the environment that he's in. I'm sure today we're going to see nothing but, I'm a synthetic chemist, I know. Biologists don't know, whatever. It'll be worth watching. Anyway, even though I don't recommend watching anything on Smokey's channel, this is a rare exception. See you tomorrow, guys.